Good evening, everybody present in the meeting. Um, Today, the PowerPoint cannot be presented due to some network issues with me. So, I will explain only. So, today, our topic of discussion is media in distance education, radio and audio components, and other role of other media in education. So, what we are going to discuss in this content? Our contents are, we will first discuss about the major educational radio projects in India, and then we will discuss on an overview of the development of audio tapes and other developments, then the radio vision program, audio cassettes, audio vision, radio text, strength and limitations, and use of radio and audio medium, then learning from audio media. This is the first part of our discussion. So let's proceed to our discussion. First of all, the first component is the radio and audio components. The origin and growth of radio in India, how it occurred in India. The radio, which arrived in the first quarter of 20th century, is a new age in the area of communication. So it is a major development in the area of communication. So bring from being the mere curiosity of early experiments by radio clubs in Madras and Calcutta in 1920s, radio in India has come of this age and is now one of the biggest network in the world. The first radio station of the Indian Broadcasting Company (IBC) was at Bombay, or in now the Mumbai, and it was formally inaugurated by the then Viceroy of India, who was the Viceroy of India at that time in the 1920 time. The Viceroy was the Lord Irwin. On January 23, 1927, it was inaugurated. Then after that, the BBC was formed. British Broadcasting Corporation was formed after IBC. Then we will proceed. We have also discussed about the radio components. Now we will proceed to the another part of the part of our discussion, that is the audio tapes and other developments. What happened in India and how? What is the purpose? What was the purpose of using audio tapes and other media for educational purpose? So, what was the purpose of using audio tapes? If we will look into the purpose of using audio tapes, then we can find that the first purpose is enhancing understanding through oral source material. So, what is that thing? How we can enhance? How the audio tapes can enhance the understanding of the learner through oral source material? The listening to real conversation, interview, or discussions that allows learners to engage with content on a more practical level. It provides context and depth to theoretical knowledge and help to bridge the gap between the learning and the real world application. Then the second point is bringing ideas to life. Its second purpose is, first purpose was to enhance understanding through oral source material. Second is your bringing ideas to life. It is used to bring ideas to life. That means the audio can be animated. The concepts, the audio can animate the concept that might seem abstract or complex when written down. So it can make content more relatable and easier to digest by adding intonation, emotion, and emphasis. All these can be done with the audio tape. Then third purpose was to guide without disruption. That is, audio instructions can guide learners through tasks where visual focus is required elsewhere. So, this is particularly useful in hands on activities or while navigating through software applications, allowing for multitasking without loss of concentration. This was the third purpose of using audio tapes. Then, fourth purpose was to practice for skill development. It helps in the practice for skill development. So if we will see, especially in language learning or communication skill training, the audio material is valuable, very much valuable, and it enables learners to hear pronunciation, tone, and pace, which are critical for mastering a new language or improving speaking abilities. This was the this was the fourth purpose. The next is the humanizing the learning experience. The sound of a voice can make learning feel more personal and less isolated. It builds a sense of connection between the learner and the instructor or speaker, fostering a more engaging learning environment. This was the fifth purpose. Then next we will proceed to the sixth purpose, that is to convey nuance and emotion. It is very much useful. So some concepts or ideas carry emotional weight or subtle nuances that are lost in the text. So audio can convey passion, urgency, humor, and other sentiments more effectively, enhancing the message's impact. The next purpose is motivation and encouragement. It provides motivation and encouragement to the learners. The right word, we can say that the right word spoken with genuine enthusiasm and encouragement can be incredibly motivating to the learners. The audio allows instructors to infuse their messages with motivational energy that might not come through the strongly written form. So motivation and encouragement in another purpose of audio tapes. Then eighth purpose is shaping attitudes and perceptions. Through tone and delivery, audio can influence how learners feel about the content. This can be particularly useful in changing perceptions, addressing biases, or building empathy. The next purpose is leveraging contributions from various sources. The audio makes it easier to include contributions from people who might be hesitant to write or unable to express themselves as effectively in writing. So it diversifies the range of voice and perspectives within the course material. Next purpose is the accessibility for diverse learners. The audio tapes are accessible to diverse learners. The audio can be crucial in learning aid for individuals who have difficulties in reading. It may be due to disability, or it may be due to literacy challenge, or it may be situational constraint. So, who are unable to read, it is a blessing for them to access the content. It ensures that learning content is accessible to a broader audience, a diverse audience. So it can be used in the inclusive setup. Better is to use in the inclusive setup. The next purpose is providing variety in learning. Incorporating audio adds a dynamic element to the educational experience, breaking up the monotony of text based learning and catering to different learning styles. The next purpose is stimulating discussion and idea sharing. The audio clips can serve as a catalyst for group discussion, for promoting learners to share their thoughts, their experiences, and insights. This collaborative learning approach can lead to deeper understanding and knowledge retention. So, finally, we can say about the purpose that integrating audio into educational content not only makes the material more accessible and engaging, but also supports a richer, more inclusive learning environment. So, it is a powerful tool for enhancing the educational experience, catering to the diverse learning needs, and fostering a more personal and meaningful connection with the content. Then the next part is the radio vision program. What is radio vision program? The radio vision is pioneered by BBC, British Broadcasting System. BBC is a fascinating blend of audio and visual learning that predated the widespread adoption of educational television. The radio vision is a fascinating blend of audio and visual learning that predated the widespread adoption of educational television and digital multimedia learning tools. So, this technique leverages the strength of both audio narration and visual aids, so creating an engaging and effective educational experience. So, what are the advantages of this radio vision program? So the advantages we can discuss. First one is the, you may say, the economical advantage. What is the economical advantage of the radio vision program? The economical advantage is that first of all it lower the production cost as compared to the full motion video. Producing still images, charts or slides is significantly cheaper. The audio component can be recorded with minimal equipment and making the overall cost much lower than that of producing educational television or high quality video content. Then how it is economical? First of all, its production cost is very lower, and its accessibility. In case of accessibility also, it is very economical. How? Because of its low cost, radio vision can be more accessible to educational institutions with limited budgets, and it allows them to provide enriched learning materials without significant investment. So, in this regard, it may be said that it is economical in nature. The next benefit of radio vision program is it caters to different categories of learners. How it caters to different categories of learners? First of all, we can say the visual and auditory learning. So, by combining visual aids with auditory explanations, radio vision caters to both visual and auditory learners, making it a versatile teaching tool. And then adaptable content. With the adaptable content, it caters to different categories of learners. The content can be easily adapted to suit different learning levels or to emphasize particular aspect of the subject matter, making it suitable for a wide range of learners. The next benefit is ease of production. It is easy to produce. How it is easy to produce? Because it has the institutional flexibility. The educational institutions can produce their own custom content, tailoring the material to a specific needs of their curriculum or to highlight their unique educational perspectives. And it has also local relevance. The learning centers can create content that is specifically relevant to their local context or community, enhancing the engagement and understanding by making learning materials more relatable. Then in fourth point we can say the how it is beneficial, the radio vision program, how it is beneficial be, as it provides the visual support to the learners. How it provides visual support, in which way it helps in visual support? First is enhanced comprehension, as visual aids can help to clarify the complex concept. It provides context or illustrate examples that complement the audio narration, leading to a deeper understanding of the subject matter. Then engagement. The images, charts, and models can capture and hold learners' attention more effectively than audio alone, making the learning experience more engaging and enjoyable. So these are the benefits. These are the benefits of the radio vision program. Then the next program what is that is used in the education system, that is audio tapes in education. The audio tapes actually offer a unique advantages in the educational context, overcoming several limitations associated with traditional radio broadcast. Their benefits cater to the needs of diverse learners, offering flexibility, privacy, and cost effectiveness. So, what are the benefits of using audio tapes in education? First of all, first benefit we can discuss that the first one is the flexibility in time and location. It can be used anywhere, at any time. So convenience. Conveniently we can use this. The learners have the freedom to use audio tapes at any time, at any place, accommodating various schedules and learning environments. This flexibility is particularly beneficial for adult learners who may need to balance educational pursuit with work and family commitments. Then control over the learning pace, as it has the control over the learning pace, the ability to pause. The learner can rewind it, replay the tape, so it allows the learners to process the material at their own pace, visit complex topics or reinforce learning, enhancing comprehension and retention. That's why it is flexibility in time and location. Then the second benefit is enhanced learning process. How it enhances the learning process? Stop and start method is there. The age of controlling playback with the stop start method facilitates active engagement with the content. The learners can pause to reflect on what they have heard. Reflection is very essential, and learners can do that by pausing the video audio. They can take notes with pause or stop start method. They can take notes or complete exercises, making the learning experience more interactive and productive. Then third one is then next how it enhance the learning process. It repetition for mastery. One can the learner can repeat for the mastery of the content. The option to replay the tape multiple times supports the mastery of content. So repetition is a key learning strategy, particularly for memorization, language acquisition, and skill development. So Binapani has joined now. So we are discussing actually what how different medias are used in distance education program. So we have already discussed about the radio program, radio vision program. Now we are discussing about the audio tapes in education. What are the benefits of using the audio tapes in education? So how audio tapes can give us the benefits in education? The first, we have discussed 2 points under the audio tapes in education. First one is the flexibility in time and location. The learners can use it flexibly on the basis of their convenience and control over time learning pace. Then second benefit is enhanced learning process. How it enhance the learning process? No, it has the stop start method, and it you can repeat it for mastery. So in these 2 points we have discussed. Then third point is the privacy and confidentiality. How the audio tapes can be used, how it is the privacy and confidentiality can be maintained in the personalized learning environment. The audio tapes allow learners to engage with content privately, enabling them to focus without external distraction. And this privacy is crucial for sensitive or personal learning topics, so they can use it privately. Then second issue is that the comfort and security, comfortably the learners can use. The ability to learn in a private setting can make learners feel more comfortable and secure, reducing the anxiety of the learner and enabling them to focus on the material without fear and judgment or comparison of the others. So it is completely private. So it maintains the privacy and confidentiality. So it is the learners feel comfortable, and they feel that we are secure with this material, so they use it easily. Then fourth benefit, that its cost effectiveness and its simplicity. How it is cost effective and how we can say that it is following the simplicity, because it is inexpensive in its production and its distribution. Compared to the other media, the audio tapes are relatively cheap to produce and also to distribute, making them accessible to a wider audience. So, if the audio tape is produced and it is distributed to the audience, then the audience can access the content, including the institutions with limited resources. They can use it. So, it is inexpensive. Once you produce it, so then you can use it. So, it is cost effective as well as simple, and it is also easy to use. Audio tapes are straightforward to operate, requiring minimal technical skills or equipment, and this simplicity ensures that the learners of all ages and backgrounds can easily use them. Okay, so this is all about the audio tapes, how audio tapes are used in education. Then the next part is the audio vision. Audio vision, what is audio vision and how it is used in the education for the betterment of the learner. Then what is audio vision? Audio vision, we can say that as the term indicates audio, there is also audio and also vision. So it is a blend of audio tape used alongside the visual media, and it represents an engaging and versatile educational approach. And this methodology extends the concept of radio vision by incorporating audio explanation with visual reference or task, creating a multi-sensory learning environment that caters to a wide range of learning style and objectives. Okay, Binapani, you are here, but my PPT is actually not being presented due to the network issue. So I am trying it again. If it is possible, then I will present it. Or if it is not possible, then I can
Yes, ma'am,
see
audible. Yes, madam. Thank
audible,
you.
but I have a PPT, but I am trying to present it, but it is not being presented due to perhaps network issue. So I am working on it again. So if it is possible, you can see the content also, then it will be better for you. Otherwise, you
Ma'am,
will listen.
how can I see it?
You can see it, but it is not being presented from my device actually. There is a problem perhaps in network. It
Okay,
is
ma'am.
not
Thank you.
coming. Okay. Okay, if it will come, I will present. You can be able to see.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, let's discuss. Then the next is your audio vision program. Then, so audio vision means it is audio as well as the video. Then one of the person names Roundtree, its suggestion was for making audio vision more interactive. He highlighted its potential for active learning through the different activities. He told that, he suggested that. What are those activities? That writing comments or calculation in audio vision, one can do this. One can write the comment. What we are using in laptop, this is also audio vision, you can say. So one can write comment or calculate, completing a form or questionnaire. One can use the materials on the audio visual material, then operating a model, then carrying out an experiment. Everything can be done through the audio vision program. Then your next part is the audio text, radio text, sorry, radio text. Then in radio text, what is there? This is innovation, you can say. So this innovative approach, it combines the auditory engagement of radio broadcast with the visual reinforcement of textual information. Text can be seen via computer network. So this is called as radio text. Then what are the components of radio text? The components of radio text are the FM radio station, data broadcast facility, and computer network. These are the essential component of a radio text. So what can be done here? The FM radio text, sorry, FM radio station. So the teaching side of radio text setup involves an FM radio station equipped with the capability to broadcast educational content. So it is also done through FM radio station, and this component ensures the audio part of learning material is delivered to a wide audience, leveraging the reach and accessibility of radio. So one component is over, that is FM radio station. Second component is the data broadcast facility. So that alongside the traditional radio broadcast, the station also utilizes a data broadcast facility. And this system allows the simultaneous transmission of textual data through computer network, and it also ensures that the main points and supplementary information of the radio broadcast are made available in written form. So this is the data broadcast facility. Next, third point or third component of radio text is the computer network. The textual data is distributed via a computer network, and it enables learners to access the information through computers or other networks which are connected to the device. And this setup facilitates immediate access to written content that complements the audio broadcast. So these are the three main components of the radio test FM radio station: the data broadcast facility and the computer network. Then we have already discussed the radio system, audio system, then TV system. We will move forward. So before that, we have to we will know little bit about the strength and limitation for the use of radio or the audio medium in education. We are using this medium in education, the radio medium, also the audio medium. So what are the strengths of using radio medium and audio medium in education? Because it is radio medium, or this is you can say audio medium, it has the easy accessibility, easily it can be accessed. Audio is not creating so much problem, and wide coverage, it has a wide coverage. Then low capital investment and operating cost also very low, so it is also cost effective, we can say. So then fourth strength is its easy learner reception. Learner can handle it. We have also discussed the learner can handle it, easy to listen and easy to operate, easy to reflect by pausing start stop system. Then effective through promotion and motivate supportive facility, easy production, everything. These we can say that these are the strength of the audio or radio medium in education. Then what are the limitations? because the limitations are the queries arising in the mind of a learner. Suppose you are listening a audio or the radio, then and suppose a queries arise in your mind, then the learner cannot be attended to immediately. It cannot be, queries cannot be attended, and it may not be an effective medium for all types of course material where there is practical work. It may not be effective. So there is a dearth of adequately qualified personnel also for producing the educational program. So these are some of the limitations of the radio program in the education system. Then we will proceed to the learning from the audio medium. What are the learning? What we learnt from studying this audio medium? So the principles, some of the principles are there which are outlined by Searle and Sipper in 1977 for using radio as an instructional medium. They emphasized that the importance of engaging students actively, providing feedback, structuring content logically, incorporating practice, accommodating individual learning pace, and preparing students for effective use of radio program. So these principles highlight how radio, despite of its limitations, is useful in delivering visual content, can still be a powerful educational tool when combined with some supportive material and some structured activity. That principle what the Sipper and Searle has suggested, this also we have observed during the COVID-19, the Mina radio program. Everywhere, everybody we are going through the radio program, they were listening to it, and for the educational purpose the radio was being used at that time. So let's explore how these principles can be applied to create effective radio-based educational program. It is also now also radio is in use. So how on which principles? How these principles mean the principles suggested by them can create effective radio-based educational program. There are certain principles. What is the principle? If you are preparing a program, radio based educational program, then you have to see first principle is that the active involvement should be there. So how we are going to make such type of program in which active involvement will be there? And the program should be designed to engage the students actively, prompting responses that can be oral, written, or physical. This could involve students responding to questions, performing tasks as instructed by the radio program, or engaging in activities outlined in a accompanying workbook. So while developing a radio based educational program, it has been kept in mind that the students or the learners need to be actively involved prior to the program. They must be provided with some accompanying workbook or some engaging activities so that they can be instructed and perform the program at the same time. So this should be engagement, active involvement principle should be kept in the mind of the programmer. The next principle is feedback. Feedback means the progress tracking. So it includes the mechanism for students to receive feedback on their progress, and it is very crucial to receive the feedback. And this could be facilitated through self-assessment activities in workbooks. Like you have seen in your IGNO study material, there is self-assessment activities, online quizzes related to radio program, or interactive session where students can ask questions and get answer from the instructor. So feedback is the second principle of designing a radio-based educational program. The next principle is your logical content sequence. The sequence should be logical. The content should be arranged logically in a logical manner. That is called, otherwise you can say that is the structured learning. So, so presenting content from simple to complex and concrete to abstract. It ensures that the students can build on their understanding incrementally. We have to proceed from the simple to complex or concrete to abstract form, and this approach helps in scaffolding the learning process, making it more effective. So the content should be structured, logically sequenced, so that structured learning can happen. The next principle is your practice and review through the reinforcement. Reinforcement need to be given to the learner. So opportunity for practice embedded within or following the radio program help to reinforce the learning. The workbooks and supplementary materials that allow students to apply what they have learned are essential for the program, so that they can practice. So practice helps to reinforce them, and practice also can help in consolidating the knowledge and skills. So practice and review is the next principle, fourth principle. First principle was the active involvement of the students. Second principle was the feedback through progress tracking. Third principle was the logical arrangement of the content or logical content sequence, or it is, you can say, structured learning. Then fourth is the practice and review through reinforcement. Then fifth principle is to keep in mind the individual differences. There are individual differences, we know this, so that we have to know that the individual has a different pace of learning. So recognizing that students learn at different paces, the radio programs can suggest various activities that cater to different learning speeds. Supplementary materials can offer extended exercise for those who need more practice. Also, the challenges for quick learners. So, this has to be kept in mind, the individual difference, and accordingly the program needs to be designed. This was the fifth principle of developing the audio program, radio program or audio program. Then sixth principle is the program utilization guidance. How the program you are going to utilize, that need to be the sixth principle of the radio or the audio program. Without guidance, the learner cannot use it successfully. So you have to prepare and review it, providing the students with program notes. As in your distance education program, there are program notes and workbooks in advance and prepare them for what to expect and how to engage with the content. That workbook or the program notes were supplied to the learners beforehand, so that they can engage with the content. Then pre-listening activities ready students psychologically. Pre-listening activities should be there, so that they will get ready accordingly, while post-listening activities, they will help in evaluating, understanding, and consolidating the learned material. So there are three phases. The program utilization guidance means there are three phases, that is pre-listening activity, during listening activity, and post listening activity. When the learner is learning from the radio program or the audio program, then some pre-listening activities should also be sent to the learner, so that from the pre-listening the learner gets motivated for the listening phase. Then after listening phase, the evaluation phase or consolidation phase should be there, so that it is beneficial for the learner. So the model incorporating this listening activity, and post-listening activity forms a comprehensive approach to learning. The pre-listening activities prepare the students, the listening phase provides the core learning experience, and the post-listening activities reinforce, motivates, and also assess the learning outcome, whether the learning outcomes are achieved or not. It also assess the post listening activities, assess the learning outcome. So this type of structured approach ensures that the students are not just passive listeners but active participants in their learning journey, and it maximizes the educational potential of the radio program. Though there are strengths and weaknesses or limitations of the radio program or the audio program, but it can be minimized by following the principles of designing the radio program or the audio program. So another thing is also related to this radio program, that is the learning pattern. How the learner is going to listen, how the learner will utilize the radio or the audio program. So there are different patterns. So we will discuss the two types of patterns here. One is the individualist. The learner may listen it individually. So, individual listening includes direct content delivery. First one is a direct content delivery. The radio serves as a primary source of content, with students engaging with educational broadcast on an individual basis. Educational broadcast is continuing and individually the learner is listening to it, then it is the direct content delivery approach. And this approach allows learners to absorb information at their own pace and time, making learning more flexible. So, individual listening may be there. So, indirect content delivery is there. And in direct content delivery, the main approach which is followed that allows the learner to learn in his or her own pace and time, and it makes learning more flexible. This is the direct content delivery approach. Next approach is in individual listening. The second approach you can say, or the next approach is integrated instructional process. So by combining radio broadcast with other media, such as, what are those medias with which we are going to combine it? Such as audio cassettes may be there, such as the printed materials may be there as a supplement. A multimodal learning environment is created for the learner. As it is integrated, then it is called as integrated instructional process. The audio cassettes may supplement it, the printed materials may be supplemented or integrated with it, and this integration supports different learning styles and reinforces content through various formats, enhancing understanding and retention. So, integrated instructional process, this is the second approach of individual listening. Then the third, you can say the third approach, that is your interactive learning approach. First, direct content delivery. The listener or the learner will listen to it according to own pace and time. Suppose he has work, he can pause it and go to work and then come and again play it, then can listen. Second approach is integrate. You provide the audio material along with the supporting materials, maybe print material, maybe audio cassette. And third one is interactive. The radio program that include interactive element. What are those interactive elements? So these activities include built-in activities or prompt for listener participation, engages student actively in the learning process, and this method encourages learners to apply what they have heard, fostering deeper comprehension and engagement with the material. This is interactive. Interactive means somebody is saying, I am, suppose I am speaking, and the listener is listening only. But whether he is or she is receiving it or not, whether applying it, have heard it or not, that need to be ensured through interactive learning. So interaction can be used, and interaction means it may be asked that you write something, or you may be asked to be engaged with some activity. So this will be called as interactive learning approach. So these are the three approach of individual listening: direct content delivery, integrated instructional process, and interactive learning. Next pattern of learning. Next pattern is your group listening. In group also you can listen. So what are the approach? The approaches are information sharing may be one of the approach. Information sharing. So group listening sessions can be an effective way to disseminate information to a community or group. This is especially useful for broadcasts that provide timely and relevant information such as weather update which concern the entire community. That is information sharing. Only information is shared and the group at a time is listening. At a time it is broadcasting and you are informed prior to the broadcast that at this time, at this particular time, this is going to be broadcast. So a whole country, whole world can listen to it. This is information sharing on. Then second approach may be the guided group activities. Information sharing, now you can say in the your Swayam Prabha channel or your Swayam channel. Also all these channel information is shared and the group of community who are concerned with this, they are going to listen it. Then guided group activity is another approach. What is that guided group activities? When the radio broadcast can guide the groups through what? Through shared exercises or activities, promoting collective learning experiences. So this approach can be particularly effective for community education, health campaign, or civic engagement initiative where group participation and action are desired outcomes. There, this approach is used. Guided group activities is used at that place. So these are the two patterns, learning patterns through the radio program. Then we will proceed to the television and video components. The audio component is over. Now we will proceed to the television or the video component. So as we know that the educational television holds a significant potential as a transformative tool in teaching and learning environment. Its unique capabilities can enhance educational experiences in different ways, catering to the diverse audience with varied learning needs. Television, this is not a new thing also. So, for distance education, we have to know the historical perspective first. Here we will discuss about the Indian experience, a historical perspective. What is the historical perspective of development of this television and video components? So if we will look into the history, in 1961, the secondary school television project was started in 1961. And this project was an innovative step towards integrating television into the educational framework to address the lack of resources like laboratories, equipment, and qualified science teachers in higher secondary schools. So, for this purpose, these innovative steps were initiated. These innovative steps were taken. That we have a shortage of resources. So to incorporate or to compensate this type of shortage, this program has been had been started at that time in 1961 secondary school television project. So by introducing the syllabus based TV programs in subjects like your physics, chemistry, English and Hindi, the initiatives aimed to improve teaching standards. The positive outcome underscores television's potential to enhance learning outcome when used thoughtfully within the educational system. So when this program was started, they got a positive outcome. So that positive outcome, how we came to know that there was a positive outcome, the research from by Paul Neurath. We found that there was a positive outcome. So this positive outcome also motivated to prepare such programs in future. Then we will proceed to 1966. In 1966, Delhi Agriculture Television (DATV) project started on Krushi Darshan. The Krushi Darshan was a pioneering attempt to use television for disseminating agricultural knowledge to farmers, indicating the versatile use of educational television beyond the traditional classroom. By facilitating community viewing in 80 villages, the project successfully enhanced farmers' awareness and understanding of modern agricultural practices. And this highlights the potential of educational television to contribute to community development and livelihood improvement. So at that time, this was a need of the society, and through the Krishi Darshan program of Delhi Agriculture Television Project, it a good result was found, good outcome was found. The farmers got the knowledge on agricultural practices, and also they were able to contribute to community development through farming or livelihood improvement. Then in 1975, a satellite instructional television experiment site program was there. Satellite instructional television experiment program. So site stands as a monumental experiment in the history of educational technology, utilizing satellite technology to deliver educational content to remote and rural areas. So it was a revolutionary change in 1975. It was in history the use of educational technology. Using the satellite technology, it able to deliver educational content to the remote and rural areas. So by focusing on both the developmental educational programs for the adults and school programs for children, the site means the satellite instructional television experiment site demonstrated the extensive reach and transformative potential of television as an educational tool. From that time only, the TV or television was converted or considered as an educational tool. Its success in reaching people in the most remote areas with quality educational content exemplifies how advanced technology can bridge educational gaps and foster a more inclusive learning environment. So this was for the first time site made a revolution in the education field by utilizing the educational technology for bridging the educational gaps, and it also fosters the inclusive learning environment. That time inclusive learning environment was created. Then came to 1977, as it was a landmark site project was a landmark. So you can say that it is 1977 is the post site project. 1977 was the post site project. So following the groundbreaking satellite instructional television experiment site, the post site project continued and leveraging television to educate India's rural population. So they once they achieved the outcome, so they were motivated. So they wanted to educate the rural population with objectives focusing on improving agricultural practices, health and hygiene, and fostering national integration and educational awareness among rural children. This initiative underscored the ongoing commitment to use media as a tool for widespread societal improvement. So this was also motivating the use of site in 1975 was motivating. So in the post site project, these issues were added to it like your agricultural practices, health hygiene, your national integration issue, educational awareness among the rural children. So all these issues were gradually added in the post site project in 1977. Then next come to the 1982 what happened? Indian National Satellite INSAT program, INSAT project came. The INSAT series marked a significant step forward in utilizing satellite technology for educational and developmental broadcasting. Despite early setback with INSAT 1A, this is a landmark INSAT 1A. The successful operation of INSAT 1B and subsequent satellites expanded the reach of educational television. This initiative targeted the rural and backward areas, aiming to accelerate development and integrate these regions into the national mainstream. The focus on educational programs for different age groups of school children broadcasted in multiple languages highlighted the inclusivity and reach of the project. So this was again a successful project and a landmark project. The setback of INSAT 1A, then INSAT 1B, a great revolution happened in this program, in this through these projects. Then after that in 1984, the UGC Higher Education Television Project started. The countrywide classroom. This was an initiative by the University Grant Commission UGC. It aimed at leveraging television broadcasts to enhance higher education. Once they got success in the previous two programs, three programs, then they moved to the higher education through television broadcasts to enhance higher education. And by producing and planning educational content for university and college students, the UGC. So, by producing and planning educational content for university and college students, the UGC Higher Education TV project sought to make higher education more accessible and to enrich the learning experience with quality educational content. This initiative represents an important evolution in the use of media for educational purpose, targeting a more specialized audience with tailored content. So, content is developed, designed to for the higher education television project, and everybody got this opportunity to access this type of programs. In 1984, this was the Plan HETV, Higher Education Television Project. So these are some history of television program in India. Then next we will discuss about the production of audio or video programs. What is the overview? What we are going to discuss under this heading, that how what is a system, or you can say material production or a system approach. Then what is system approach we will discuss. what are the major strands of TV production, that also we will discuss in detail, and what are the how TV production is a mode approach, team mode approach, then what are the functions of the team members, and what are the professional inputs from the producers and academics, and what are the characteristics of the team, what are the student profile, all these things are there to be discussed. So first of all, we are going to discuss about the materials production is a system approach. So material production, so for production of audio or video programs, material production is very essential. So to produce how material production as a system approach. So the concept of a system in the context of media material production, and really in any context it refers to a complex whole where various components or subsystems interact with one another. That is the system approach. So these components depend on each other to function properly and efficiently. So the system objective is to achieve a specific goal, which is the production of media materials such as, what are the media materials? The media materials are the films, you can say the television programs, the radio shows, the digital content, and much more things are there. And the system encompasses everything from the initial idea or concept through the production of process to the distribution and consumption of the final product. So this is the material production. Material production means what? Material means here the films or television program or radio show or the digital content, anything it may be. There, these are the material. So how a material can be produced? A material can be produced through a system approach. So we will discuss here what is a system approach. So system approach means first we have to understand what is a system. So if we will discuss about the definition of a system, that we know that a system is a set of interrelated and interdependent components that function together as a whole to achieve specific objectives. These components can be processes, people, information, technology, or any other elements necessary for the system to function. This system may be defined in this way. It is a set of interrelated components. So a set of interrelated components, and what they do, they are interdependent, interrelated as well as they are interdependent components. How they function? They function together to achieve what? To achieve a specific objective. So then it is called a system. Then the importance of unison and harmony. Why there is importance of unison and harmony in a system? As we have discussed in the definition that they are interrelated, interdependent. So there need to be harmony, need to be there, need to be in unison. So the emphasis on in close unison and harmony underlines the critical nature of coordination and collaboration within the system. Each component, while capable of functioning independently to some extent, is designed to operate as a part of the larger whole. So, this interconnectedness means that the efficiency, effectiveness, and success of the system depends on what? It depends on how well these components work together. Disruption or failure in one part of the system can have cascading effect on the entire system. So very simple. That from the definition we found that they are interrelated, they are interdependent, and when they have to work in unison and in harmony. Why they have to work in unison and harmony? Because they are interdependent. They are contributing to the operation of a large whole. So if one part has the problem or one part is failure, then it has a cascading effect because one is dependent on the other, they are interdependent. Then you can say, what are the different types of systems? As we know, there are two types of systems. One is your natural system, another is your man-made or artificial system. Natural system, we know there are different natural systems that occur in nature without the human intervention. So examples, what are the examples? Solar system is a system, ecosystem, human body system. So these systems are characterized by their complexity and the difficulty humans have in predicting or controlling them with precision. So they operate according to the law of nature, and while we can study and understand this system to a certain extent, their behavior is often beyond our control because they are operating naturally. They are operating in coordination and interdependent manner, interrelated manner is their own. Suppose take for example the digestive system. You are eating the food and it is doing the process automatically because they are related, they are interdependent. Interdependently, they are doing their work. So you have no control on them. Then second category of system, that is your man-made or the artificial system. These are systems created by humans to fulfill specific needs or solve particular problems. Example, transportation system, economic system, media production system. So all these are the systems or artificial systems developed by men. So man-made systems are designed with specific goals in mind, and their functioning can be controlled, predicted, and altered by humans. And this the creation and management of these systems require a deep understanding of their components and interaction between them, allowing for the achievement of intended outcomes with a certain degree of reliability and efficiency. Then we will proceed to. So these are the two types of system. Then audio video program production. How audio video program can be produced, because we are discussing about the program production for educational purpose. So we have to know in detail about the audio video production. How one can produce the audio video program. So an audio video program production consists of mainly two major elements. Audio video program, if one is willing to produce a audio video program, then you have the basic knowledge that it has two major elements. What are those two major elements? The two major elements are the basic physical resources or infrastructure is the first basic element or first major element. Basic infrastructure is needed for a program production. So what are included in this basic infrastructure? Basic infrastructure means you can say the equipment, machines, materials, buildings, studios, or a production complex. The next major element is people or human resource. So these two are the basic element or the major element. One is your infrastructure, second one is your human resources. Infrastructure include the equipment, machines, materials, buildings, studio, etc. And human resources include the trained personnel who are required to manage the process, operate equipments, and provide ideas, expertise, and service for program production. So these are the two major elements of audio video program production. So there are two distinct level of production. These are the two major elements, and there are level of production, in which level the program need to be produced. Level of production. So what are those two levels? One is amateur level of production and another is your Okay, one level is there, amateur level of production. So at the amateur level of production, the production process is simplified and require minimal equipment and personnel. With minimal equipment and personnel, it can be done. The focus is more on the creative aspect of production with the basic technical means. The basic technical means are audio production, another is your video production. Audio production requires a microphone, recorder, blank tape, or digital storage media. Editing can be done with simple playback and recording equipment. Then next is your video production. It involves a camera, basic lighting setup if necessary, and a microphone for better audio quality, blank cassette or digital storage for capturing footage, a simple editing console or software. So the amateur level allows individual to experiment and create content with a low barrier to entry, making it accessible to hobbyists, student, anyone interested in exploring the media production. Everything, everybody who are doing the YouTube video production now, you can say this is amateur level of production. They have invested something and they are producing the video. Another level is the professional level, your professional level of production. That in that professional level of production, it is more costly. It needs a studio, everything is needed there. Sophisticated equipments are also essential for that purpose. So these are the two levels of production. Then we will proceed to the major strands of TV production. What are the major strands? The one individual was there, Jetlis. Herbert Jetli, his perspective was on television production, emphasizes the intricate relationship between the creative and technical elements of the medium. There is a relationship, creative part and the technical part. And this viewpoint underscores that television is not merely about broadcasting content through technological means, but is fundamentally a creative endeavor that relies on the dynamic interaction between people and technology. This was his viewpoint. So, the process of program planning and research, alongside message planning and script development, are foundational stage in television production that underscore the complexity and creativity involved in crafting content that resonates with viewers. So these stages are interconnected and play a critical role in ensuring the success of a television program by aligning content with audience expectation and leveraging the unique capabilities of the medium. So three things are needed here. One is your medium, another is your content, third one is your audience expectation. So you have to align these three things so that you can produce a TV program or TV production can be done. So what are the steps how you can produce a TV production? So first step is will be your program planning and research. You have to plan a program first. So this is the initial stage and is crucial for setting the direction and framework of the entire production. So it involves different steps again. So program planning, you have to plan your program. You have to develop a plan. How you are going to develop a plan for your program? First, you have to develop the program brief. Then you have to understand your audience. Then you have to conduct research. In these three steps, you can plan your program and do the research. The first step is developing the program in program brief. So this document outlines the essential detail of the program, including its title of the program. What will be the title of the program? Who are the target audience? What is the duration of the program? What are the objectives of the program? And write a synopsis of the content. So it serves as a blueprint for all subsequent production activities. So this is the process of developing a program brief. A program brief is need to be developed, and the program brief need to include what? What is the title? What is the title of your program? Who are the target audience who are going to watch it? What is the duration of the program? Half an hour or 1 hour or 3 hour or 5 hour? Then what is the objective? What you want to achieve? And accordingly you write a synopsis of the content. What need to be there in the content? So this is the first step of program planning, developing the program brief. Then second step is your understanding the audience. Who are the audience? So a deep dive into the target audience preference, characteristics, and prior knowledge is necessary. Who are the audience? You are planning for the primary school student, and your program will be telecast broadcasted for your high school students, higher secondary students. It will not be possible. So you have to understand your audience. Who are the audience? So this understanding ensures that the content is relevant, engaging, and accessible to the intended viewers. This is the second step of program production. Then conducting research. You have to conduct the research, otherwise your program will not be successful. So comprehensive research on the program theme is essential to gather accurate, compelling, and pertinent information. This research forms the backbone of the content and ensures its relevance and appeal. So you have to make a comprehensive research on how to gather the accurate information, how to gather the pertinent information. So this type of research the programmer has to done. Otherwise, program will not be successful. So this is the backbone of the content, and that will ensure its relevance. Okay. So this is the first step, program planning and research. Under this first step, you can go through 3 steps like you're developing program brief, understanding the audience, then conducting research. Then the second step is your message planning and script development. Always when you are going to produce a TV program, you need a script. Without script, you cannot do this. So message planning, what message you are going to deliver through this program. Then what you have to do? The initial planning, after the initial planning and research, the process of crafting the message and developing script is both creative as well as strategic. You have to be very creative and strategic also. So you have to proceed in these steps. Like first step, you have to take prioritizing viewer interest. Prioritizing viewer interest. The first primary function or the first focus is on creating content that captivates and retains the audience attention, aligning with their interest and the program's objectives. So that we have discussed, content, objective, audience attention, you have to align. This is prioritizing viewer interest. Second step is your exploring visual and creative possibilities. Exploring visual and creative possibilities. The unique advantages of television as a visual medium are considered. Exploring how visual elements, storytelling techniques, and creative execution can enhance the message. That you have to explore. Which type of visual technique you are going to use, which type of creative possibilities you can use in that content. That you have to explore the visual and creative possibilities. Then third step is your content selection and structuring. Which content, what type of content, what will be your structure? So from the vast array of available information, only the most relevant materials are chosen. Most relevant, you have to decide what are the most relevant materials that need to be chosen. And decisions about the program structure, its sequence, pacing are made during this phase to ensure a coherent and engaging narratives. This is content selection and structuring. The next step is your seeking expertise and resources. Now you have decided all these things, your message planning, script development. Now you have to need or seek expertise and resource also you need. So consult with the expert along with a review of books, journals, and other resources. Enriches the content with authoritative and intriguing information. So that type of things have to be done, otherwise false information may go. So seeking expertise and resources is the next step in message planning and script development. Now your script is developed. You have planned the program, script is developed in second step. Now go to the third step. Third step is your production planning and scheduling. Schedule you have to prepare. Then this stage is where the logistical foundation of the program is laid out involving different activities. Here what activities you have to do? You have to finalize the script and technical requirement. You have to finalize the script and technical requirement you have to finalize. The producer develops a detailed camera script including floor plans, camera placement, and plans for technical needs for both studio recordings and locations to decide whether you are going to shoot in something in studio and something in location shoot. Then you have to finalize it. The next step is your coordinating with program support staff. Very essential. Planning meeting with technical crew and program support staff are essential to finalize graphics, costumes, makeup, set design, lighting, everything you have to coordinate with the support staff. This coordination ensures all visual and technical aspects align with the program's theme and objectives. Then third step is resource and facility booking. Securing bookings for resource. That is also essential. Without booking the set, you cannot do anything. So booking for resource, facility or equipment or studio space and the production crew requires advanced planning. This is critical to avoid scheduling conflict and ensure all necessary elements are available when needed. So that you have to ensure in the third step. Then rehearsal and dry run. Conducting rehearsals with performers and technical run-throughs are crucial for ironing out any issues before recording or live broadcasting. These practice sessions help in refining performances and technical operations. So these are the four steps in production planning and scheduling your program. So in these four steps, you have to finalize the script and technical requirement in the first step. In the second step, you have to coordinate with the program support staff. Then you have to resource and facility booking. Then you have to rehearsal and dry runs. Now you have produced and scheduled the program. The next is your casting and directing performers or artists. You have to now cast or direct them. Then here also you have to follow the four steps. One is your selection and booking of talent. The process of selecting suitable performance or expert is foundational to the production's success. This involves assessing individuals' abilities to convey the required expressions, voice, and traits needed for the program. So you have to book the talent. Second step is your guidance and direction. The producer director works closely with the cast, providing clear instructions and support to ensure their performances align with the program's objectives. This includes everything from initial briefing to directing them during rehearsal and live recordings. That you have to keep in mind. According to the program objective, you have to do everything. Suppose your program objective is to show the lifestyle of the village people, then they have to wear the village people dress. Otherwise, it will the objective will not be fulfilled. Then managing performers. Handling performers, especially those who are inexperienced or children, requires patience, understanding, and effective communication. It's essential to create an environment where they can perform comfortably and confidently. As you are producing a TV program or for the educational purpose, so it may be from the for the primary children also. So for the if it is for the primary children, you have to take the inexperienced or children. So you have to require the patience. Then technical crew coordination. Directing also involves leading the technical crew, ensuring they understand the vision of the production and execute their tasks to complement the performer's effort. So now the fourth step is completed, casting and directing performance. Then the fifth step is final production. Now your casting completed, now final production, editing and capsuling. So this also follows three steps. One is your actual production. This is when everything comes together for recording in the studio or shooting on the location. It requires all hands on deck functioning cohesively to ensure smooth operation. Then post production. Production completed actual production, then now post production. Following the recording or shooting, post production involves sound mixing and editing to refine the final product. This stage is crucial for ensuring that the narrative flow is seamless and that audio and visual elements are perfectly synchronized. साउंड्स आगे आगे पीछे पीछे एक्शन ऐसे नहीं हो सकता. So they have to be synchronized post production. So then team coordination. The success of this phase hinges on the production team's ability to operate as a dedicated coordinated unit, emphasizing the system's integrated nature. It is very essential team coordination. This is final production, editing, capsuling complete. Then next step is your transmission or dissemination. Now your production is complete. When production is complete, you have to disseminate it. You have to reach it to your audience. Then program capsuling and scheduling is the first step. Once the final product is polished, it is prepared for broadcasting or distribution according to the strategy laid out by the production center or institution. This involves slotting the program into existing schedule of content. Then preview and cataloging. It is standard practice to review the program post production. You have to review it. Without review, you cannot let it go. Then post production and pre transmission, you have to review it. Then efficient cataloging and storage, often in a video tape recorder library, ensure that the content is preserved in optimal condition for future use and easy access. Otherwise, if it will be there will be a problem, then it may be destroyed. Then sixth step means you are thinking that the steps are completed, but no, there is seventh step also. Seventh step is utilization and evaluation.
Hello.
हाँ हाँ अच्छे ठीक है गोटे पानी your seventh step is feedback and evaluation. You have to provide your feedback. Without feedback, it is not complete. So the ultimate measure of this program success is in its reception and its impact. Audience is important. Your objective is important. Whether your objective is fulfilled or not, it will be you can mark it through feedback. So a systematic approach to gather feedback and evaluation of the content, strength and weakness is vital for continuous improvement. Then next step is your revision and improvement. When feedback come to you, then you have evaluated the program, then you have to revise it and improve it. So based on the feedback, the programs may undergo revisions to enhance their effectiveness and relevance to the audience. And this process is crucial for maintaining high quality content that meets viewers' needs and expectations. So revision is very much essential. Then only the program production will be complete. So this is all about all the 7 steps of the video production, TV program production, and up to the feedback and revision and improvement. Then we will proceed to the program production process. In process, we will discuss only 2 things. One is your above line process, another is your below line process. The above line and the below line concept in program production offer a simplified framework to understand the complexities of creating media content. This dichotomy not only helps in organizing the production process, but it is instrumental in budgeting and cost estimation. So first one is above the line production or that is called as ATL, above the line production, ATL. The above the line refers to the initial stages of the production process, which are sometimes considered the more creative and conceptual components. Above the line component means it is the initial stage of the production process, and these are the more creative and conceptual component. And this part includes this ATL part, above the line part includes one is your concept development, script writing, casting, key personnel. These are the requirements. This part above the line part include concept development. The initial idea or concept of the program is conceived and developed in the concept development. Script writing, writing the script or screenplay that outlines the narrative, dialogue and action. Then casting, selecting actor, presenter who will perform in the program. That is the casting part. Then key personnel, hiring the primary crew member, including director, producer, other heads of the department who will lead the project. They are called the key personnel. So above the line production include all these things. The above the line activities are characterized by their focus on the creative vision and overall direction of the project. These tasks are crucial for setting the groundwork of the production and are usually completed before the actual filming or creation of the program begins. So above, that's why this is called as above the line or ATL, program production process, ATL, above the line production. That means these are to be completed before the program begins. Then below the line production process, BTL. So below the line refers to the more practical and technical aspect of the production process. And this BTL part includes crew hiring, location scouting, location of shooting, then setting design and construction, equipment rental, costume and makeup, filming, post production, everything is included in the BTL below line. First is your crew hiring. You have to hire the crew, assembling the technical crew necessary for the production, such as camera operator, sound technician, lighting technician, etc. Then locating the shooting place, finding and securing the location where you are going to shoot your film or shoot your program. Then setting the design and construction, designing and building sets or preparing location for filming. That is setting your design. Then equipment rental. You have to take your equipment in rental which are necessary for filming your production. Then costume and makeup, you have to decide the design and preparing costumes and makeup for the cast. Then filming, the actual shooting or recording of the program is called as filming. Then post production, editing, adding special effects, sound design, finalizing the program for broadcast or distribution. These are all included in the below the line or BTL. So two processes are there, program production processes. One is above the line works and some are BTL or below the line works. Next we will proceed to the student profile. We have produced a TV program, then we have to see the other components of the TV program. So next part is our student profile. Why student profile is essential? Because we are discussing about the role of media in distance education program. So student profile we have to discuss. So creating an accurate and detailed student profile is very fundamental to designing educational media content that resonates with and effectively educates its target audience. That target audience, what we are talking about, that target audience are your students. This profile, encompassing a wide range of demographic, psychographic, and contextual factors, informs every aspect of production from the initial concept to the final delivery. As it is in, we are discussing about the distance education program. So demographic, there is a wide range of demographic. One may be in sitting in the distant place of India and doing the work. So it is very essential to study the student profile, the target audience. They are the target audience. So what is the demographic? Demographically, they may vary on the basis of their age, sex, socioeconomic status, or background. So first part of demographics is customized content. The demographic information helps to tailor the content that is age appropriate and sensitive to the cultural and socio-economic context of the audience. It should be sensitive, that we have to see. Then engagement of the students. Knowing the age and sex of your audience, it can guide the choice of examples, language selected, visuals selected, ensuring higher engagement and relatability of the learners. Then next part is your psychography. We have said that they will vary in their demographic. They have there is a wide range of demographic, wide range of psychographic. So psychographic means the attitude, beliefs, their aspirations, all these are included in psychographic aspect. So psychographic aspect include, we can discuss here the resonance. So understanding the viewer's values and aspirations enables creator to design content that resonates on a personal level, potentially inspiring and motivating the learners. If we are developing something for the taking in view the target audience of the Indian context, then we have to take accordingly the examples. It may not work for the American people. So resonance should be there. Then barrier reduction, acknowledging and addressing potential belief based barriers to learning can make educational content more accessible. Belief based barriers are also need to be removed. Then next is your contextual information. Diversity in the contextual information. Contextual information actually includes the lifestyle, existing knowledge, literacy level that we have to keep in mind. Then insights into the learner's lifestyles, and existing knowledge base allows for the creation of relevant and immediately applicable content. That means we can say this is the relevance of the content. Content should be relevant to the target audience. Then accessibility. Knowing the audience literacy level and language preferences ensures that the content is accessible and understandable, avoiding the alienation due to overly complex language or concept. When your audience are small children or the primary school children, then you have to think about the language. Then when also higher stage, you have to look into the language of the concept accessibility so that they can access the content. So these are included under contextual information. So we have discussed here and under student profile, these are demographics. Another is your their psychographics, their contextual information. Then information needs and preferences, what they need, effectiveness, you can say the tailoring content to meet the specific informational needs, and learning preference of the audience increases the effectiveness of educational media. So effectiveness is also important. Then engagement is also engagement strategies, what engagement strategies you are going to follow. So understanding these preferred aids in selecting the right mix of media format. Right mix means video or podcast or interactive sessions. What you want to mix, which type of media you want to mix, that is also very important. It should be one of the preference also. So to maintain engagement and facilitate learning, if you want to engage the students and facilitate learning, then you have to keep in mind the preference aids of selecting right mix of media, whether you are going to include interactive sessions or video session or audio video or podcast like this. The next is your conditions of program reception. What are the conditions of program reception? The awareness of the conditions under which programs will be consumed, that means in a noisy environment or crowded room or individually or on personal device, can influence the production decision such as audio clarity, video clues, visual clues and basic. So environmental adaptation, environmentally you have to adapt the programs where the students will be able to receive this, where they are going to receive this. Then accessibility consideration, that is ensuring the content is accessible in the intended viewing or listening environment may affect choice regarding content delivery platform and technology. Whether technology is available there or not, accordingly you have to decide how they are going to access the content. If in a remote area there is no accessibility of technology, then they cannot access the content. Then collecting audience data is also important. The diverse sources, utilizing a mixed source including official statistic, academic research, and direct audience interaction through field visit and interviews, ensure a comprehensive understanding of the target audience. It is very essential. You have to visit the place where is your target audience, that you have to collect a data. Overall you have to collect a data about your target audience. Then continuous feedback, you have to engage with the audience and collect feedback. Post release can provide insight for refining existing content and guiding future productions. It will be beneficial for the producer. So finally we can say, if we will craft a student profile, it will not only enhance the relevance and effectiveness of educational media, but it also fosters a deeper connection between the content and its audience. When there will be a content audience connection, then it will reach the audience. It can be said that it is a better content. So it is a critical step in the production process that, when executed thoughtfully, significantly contributes to achieving educational objectives and supporting learners in their educational journey. So that's why in this way the student profile is important in the production process. So in student profile you have to the producer who is going to produce the TV program or the educational program, that he has to consider the demographics of the student, psychographic of the student. Psychographic means the attitude, beliefs, aspiration of the student, the contextual information about the student like your lifestyle, existing knowledge, what is their literacy level, everything. Then you have to collect the information needs and the reference preference of the students, then conditions of program reception, then collecting audience data so that it will be better, or it can be executed in a better way and educational objective can be achieved. So this is all about the student profile. Then we have to assess the need of the learner. Then we have to proceed to the next part, that is the language of television. So the need assessment we will discuss in the next class. Need assessment, then the other units what are there. Okay. If any doubt, you can call or ask. And thank you for joining and listening.
Thank you, ma'am.
Today we will end the session here.
Thank you, ma'am. Namaste. ବୋଉ 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 ଗୋଟେ ପଳେଇଲୁ କିଲୋ? ବୋଉ ମୁଁ ଅଟା ଦଳି ଦେବି। ତୁ ଦଳିଲୁ? ଦଳିଲୁ?